Another open shot. It's a three. That's their first miss of the game. That one from Henry, who would knock down a couple.
And this is what Reed can do. He can bring it up and finish. I'd love to see him inside a little bit, Graham, wouldn't you?
He loves to hover around that three-point line, but so good. And of course, Waters.
Oh, look at the spin on that. Tillman inside, off the feed from Henry.
Nice little slip to the goal and the find.
So good at just patience and passing the basketball, Michigan State. And look at Waters.
Split. Brown, who came off the bench and hit 2 threes in the first minute of action. Ward short with the shot. And that is plucked out of there by Mays. They'll come back out with it. Pretty much take it down all the way.
Great control, too.
Yep.
And they're going to get their legs around them. This is where Waters likes to explode, whether it's a ball screener on his own, a 1-4 look, run out late. Got to show and maybe trap it.
He's great in into-the-half situations, as we've seen. And he's done it again with a much appreciated three for him. First half, Tracy held to 4 points and 3 rebounds.
And Jim, piggybacking on what Tracy said, 18 of LSU points, 18 of their 26 points were in the paint. So establish Reed in the down low on the block, not outside on the perimeter.
Nice job corralling. Literally this speed in the backcourt, he can be embarrassing.
Terry gets away from McQuaid, and just as he closed 18 at one time, the Tigers, with the first 5 points of the second half, have cut it to 7, and here goes Waters with a steal of the basket. Good. 18 now is the largest lead of the night.
Double high, pick and pop.
Going to have to execute, move the ball from side to side. Not a lot of one-on-one play. That won't work against this team.
He loves to bounce through that lane.
Dr. Mays.
Nothing easy. Got to move it. Got to screen.
Waters takes it. Tough shot. Didn't make it look.
What happened to the dress code? We had to wear a tie and a sport coat back in the day?
He's lost control. He has no discipline anymore. Did you have the earmuffs too in the old days? The earphones?
Yeah, of course.
You were cool. Look at the range of this.
Oh,
wow. The penetration, drive. Smith, a three. And it's rebounded by Bigby Williams. Both teams excellent rebounding squads. Waters shake and bake all the way for the flip to the rim.
Open underneath the basket.
Cowan penetrates. Wow, off the rim.
We've seen 3 or 4 shots like that get on the rim and just roll off.
Waters all the way. Somehow finds an opening for 2.
Feast on steals. They want to go the other way with their steals. But you have to be positively challenging them.
Smith is now 1 of 6 from the field. He had 19 points, 12 boards against Belmont in the first round. Waters fakes. Boy, he can get to a spot quickly. Tremont, Waters, Fernando. Oh! Fernando flush!
Here comes Waters again, though.
Off of the made basket. Trump.
If you foul, I'm not sure you want to wait till the very end and let them run it. So here comes the jump.
15 seconds left.
Yeah, it wasn't much of one.
Waters watched by Morcell. 10 seconds to play. Tied at 67. Waters makes his move. 3 seconds. Waters to the rim. Layup good! 1 point. 5.
Good back door.
And it's Copeland. He couldn't finish. Bigby Williams was lurking around the rim.
It's an LSU team that likes to get out defensively also. 9 steals per game, so those backdoor opportunities should present themselves.
Step back, Waters, bottom. It's a long 2-pointer for Tremont.
And the conferences, quite clearly, were a little bit different night in and night out from a competition standpoint. So that gives LSU a favorite, a little bit of an edge going into the game.
Waters looks for an opening, takes it, and banks it in. Tremont Waters, good size at 6'9", 205 from Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah, and that's a timeout set, too. They knew where the shot was coming from.
Waters hits the teardrop.
The basketball, one of the things he does very well, pushes it in transition. That was a great example of Yale taking advantage of a mistake and going the other way.
Trey Fills, the son of the late Bobby Fills, former NBA standout. 34-25, Tigers. Opportunity, Reed. They send a second man there, Reynolds. Shot clock winding down. Waters has to make it happen with a step back Jay. He cans it. Tremont Waters. Nice looking delivery, Alex Copeland. And it's
the way they look up the
29.
floor.
Caught by Williams, 35 seconds left. Oh, he put some English on it. Tremont Waters.
Battle with his own teammate. That is awesome work on the glass.
There's a steal, and Waters ahead of the field, and he flushes it too. A lot of
Full court press by Florida, and Mike has gotten away from it as conference play has gone on just because he's shortened his bench. Trusting his half-court defense to keep him in the game.
they got Smart and Waters, the two real point guards on this team, on the floor at the same time.
This usually ends in a ball screen for Tremont Waters. There's a sprint out ball screen. He's just going to pull before it gets there, and there you go.
Long three. Armstrong and Greg Hire the rest of the way.
And those two guys, Greg Hire, Bill Armstrong, man, they could be head coaches right now. So one of the reasons this LSU team has gone so far this season is the quality of their staff.
There's, you said, Vandy using a lot of time. Joe Toy offline. Waters, extraordinary ability
To slow you down, hard to do with Graves and Days shooting like that.
LSU still without Javonte Smart and Naz Reid.
And I know the record is, you know, it's hard to bear for Vanderbilt fans, but this is what's gained respect across the coaches in the SEC as their team has come out and say it. I think they got to prepare that Tony Benford is going to be their head coach that could possibly lead them to a Final Four.
From your experiences with Tennessee, what would you point out as the most important factor to keep in mind when you're making that tournament run?
Pressure. Passive pressure, you'll notice the second line very rarely comes up. They're just trying to keep you in front and keep the ball out of the middle of the floor. Now they'll match up, but you better match up with that kid.
Boy, Waters had that slip off his fingers, and it's drive. Got a little screen, so it was an easy layup for him. And it pulls him within two.
Florida had missed their last 5 field goals prior to that strong drive. Big basket there by Johnson.
That's Tremont Waters at his best.
This was him pre the injury illness. Good to see that if you're a Tiger fan, because in order for LSU to make a deep run, not only in Nashville but in the NCAA tournament, number 3 needs to play like an All-American candidate that he is.
You can see what Florida is giving up as Waters buries a three. He's 3 of 3. And you go with, you got to have cash to make cash, like confidence. Wow, big block there by Johnson. 8 on the shot clock as Waters drives,
strong
and
drive.
he lays it up and in.
Strong drive. You'll probably rest him through the 4.
Yep.
Let him finish the game. Rest him while they're on D. LSU in great offensive rhythm. Here comes another double on Naz. You got to get it out and get it reversed.
Waters, tough shot. Got it.
Impossible shot. Impossible shot.
Can't get it to go. Follows his own shot. Tremont Waters. They lead it by 2 with 6 to go.
You've got to stay in front of Tremont Waters. He's going to get it to the basket and finish.
And he ties the game up.
Bigby Williams made him change it at the end as he came flying at the dribbler.
What they did in the second half, they would double team Reed. He'd find a wide open Waters. Splash down. Tremont Waters.
They need to get him back in because he was affecting this game in a winning way.
Tremont Waters waits in the corner. First shot attempt, good. Of course it is.
Going for the gamble. Just swung and missed. And here we're back to 3rd and 10 for the opponent in Tuscaloosa.
That ends a 4.5-minute scoring
possession inside out. They were practicing that in shoot around, typically off an offensive rebound, but the inside out action is good for Florida.
How about the 13-5 start for the Gators? Looking for one of those huge road wins here late. Only a half dozen games left for teams in conference. Waters, top left off the window.
That was all based on Nimhart's initial drive, which gets the defense in unnecessary rotations. And then you leave. Noah Locke doesn't take much space. He showed it right there. Knocks in a big one.
He's got 13. Given the size advantage, don't you have to get the ball to Reed? Waters 3. Oh! He hits his...
Switching all ball screen actions, my imagine would be. Oh, wow.
Tremont Waters for Kentucky and Tennessee.
I thought coming into the game, LSU was in the driver's seat to win the regular season championship. That has now.
About that time, he likes a high ball screen with Hammonds coming downhill. He had the option of attacking, kicking it out to Hammonds, who could shoot the three. LSU got that switch they wanted. Turtle Jackson on Big B Williams.
Tremont.
That's going to be something to watch for if they will spread that defense by getting to the corners.
Crump comes in for Harris, who just picked up his second foul. Crump, the top three-point shooter with the Georgia Bulldogs. Waters somehow sneaks that through. Obede with 4 quick points off the bench.
I think that pass right there, Tremont Waters skip pass against the zone. Nobody does it better.
He's got a pretty good floor.
Take this thing and dump it on the other end. So it's just that urge we all have.
Largest lead for Georgia now, 15-10 our score. Coming up on the 12-minute mark first half. Waters might have gotten away with a little push-off, knocks down the 14-foot land. And when he gets hot, he's awfully dangerous. They need more three-point shooting from Crump and some other folks to win this game today.
Well, that was a great job by Obede, recognizing where he was on that press break.
Waters, he knows a thing to
work on that young man.
And he didn't panic when he clearly ran out of room and ran out of moves.
What did you think about that shot? Huh? That rim, nice and soft.
Oh, yeah.
You made a couple out there
I
today.
did. I felt real good about the rims here at Stegman. It was a nice session here today.
Georgia with that zone. We know Tremont Waters is finding space where you just great play call. Isolated Claxton alone on that left side.
6 points, and there's Waters on the other. Steal by Mays, ahead to Waters, and Waters lays it in. Timeout.
He had that bad game against Georgia, and he scored a point. Since then, he's played really well. 13 points a game, shooting over 40% from the three.
Waters, good shooter, launches a three, and Barry's stuck on the rim, and he gets the three to fall. And right away after that, in the face of Waters.
Higgins now, remember, he's got 2 fouls.
Tough pull up, and that one goes. Tremont Waters.
He wants it, and he knows what to do with it, and he finishes with a strong drive to the goal. Let's see what answers they got here when you look at LSU. The ball's in the hands of their star.
Baseline reverse.
Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
But then you have this. Then you have this. You got LSU trying to manhandle Auburn around the rim, and you have Harper just saying, give me the ball, I'll knock down threes.
Our statistician had just passed me the note that said it's a 7-0 run for LSU, and Harper ended it. There's Waters' first ball.
It's a tie game. That's how important this defensive stop will be to us when it's all said and done. Better job getting body on body.
Reed back to Waters. Going to get it up in time, and he gets it to go. Got underneath Bryce Brown. Mays got a hand in the way. Waters off the cross. A little crowded underneath. Tremont for the lead for
It's going to be one of those last-minute, last-possession type deals that you got to make sure you have one in your back pocket. Switching zone defense by Auburn.
Waters quick to relocate on the perimeter and find some space. By the way, witness to the most courteous exchange that Jimmy Dykes has ever had with an officiating crew in his basketball life.
Great. I was great with him. I was great with him.
We got ourselves a good one brewing here, a 2-point game. And, well, you see those guys in the striped shirts running around often. We only talk about them when something controversial is coming up, but a lot of work and preparation goes into their game prep as well.
They work their tail off. They work their tail off in the summer at different camps, staying ready. And now this guy's getting going.
We just checked in on that box. That's a good offensive possession. came up short.
Jump hook no good. Both these teams will fight for offensive rebounds. And Skylar Mays gets the kick in the corner. Got his man in the air, Peters, but he elected not to shoot.
Mississippi State doing a good job initially of getting back in transition D and building a wall, stopping the penetration of this guy, Tremont Waters, which is much easier said than done.
Great move there, and how about that shot that will go down for Tremont Waters?
We have things called water bugs. They just kind of skirt along the top of the water.
Like that.
That's what Tremont Waters is. He is a water bug. Seasons. Now, when he does not get to that 20-point mark, you can see that they are under 500 in his time here.
Tremont Waters and security. It feels like the coaches recognize where we're at because Will and Ben, their volumes were a little higher today than I've seen. There's Tremont Waters. Is that fair to say? Weatherspoon penetrates, got himself a good shot, and he just couldn't convert.
On cue, he got a good pull-up, and that's his game, Ravi. That mid-range pull-up, strong, aggressive. Wow. Then you see that on the other end. It's like a circus shot.
Secondary Weatherspoon, the lead jumps to 8.
He's as good as there is in college basketball at making that move. One dribble, center of the floor, no help side, finishing, making it look easy, much like that.
Speaking of making it look easy, you've got a good play once again, Lamar Peters.
They are cutting this zone pressure up.
Waters, unbelievable body balance. Andy Kennedy, Carl Ravitch, good game here, 65-59, halfway through the second half. LSU 4-0 on the road in conference. Darius Days on the floor, number 22 for LSU.
In the clock again, Ravi, under 10. Let's see if they switch this ball screen. Abdul-Adu does a good job. He moves his feet very well for a big, tough shot.
Oh, why not? Tremont Waters, he's got 20. And again, just a reminder, they haven't lost in 2 years when he gets 20 or more. He's got 21, so a Weatherspoon Waters show is now underway.
Opportunities at the basket. He's just not playing as confident on the perimeter as he was early in the season.
Last tie in this game was 16-16. It's now 78 all. Waters, high arcer, and it goes.
A lot of the fans at home need Tremont Waters very, very aware of the fact that he's got 4, was given a big cushion. Nick Weatherspoon took advantage.
Waters, oh, with the left, wow. 3 defenders thought.
Sometimes it's going to take 11-foot type shot for it to go in.
Arkansas is trying to upend LSU, snap its 10-game win streak. It feels like the Razorbacks are catching their stride. They won a consecutive SEC games, now looking to make it 3 in a row. Skylar Mays slices down the lane. This is Waters probing in the middle. Late in the shot clock, he drives and spins it off the window. First basket for the Tigers.
It's a situation they've become used to.
They almost beat 14th ranked Texas Tech on the road. Waters. Oh, the change of speed, the deception, and he's. Harris to Gafford. Little strong. Naz Reid with another rebound. And he has 4 in the early goings. Good defensive stop. This is Waters for 3.
Starks, great with the basketball. Turns it over once in a while. Good off the dribble. Streaky shooter. He has really struggled beyond the three-point line last 5 games. Only 2 of his last 23 have been makes.
Good drive by Waters.
Nice, terrific. You've got to go get another win. They're playing a team that's down, even though A&M had a big win for themselves against a very good Kansas State team in this building on Saturday.
Speaking of the team that probably felt like they had a win tonight, Ole Miss, Florida gets a Kayvon Allen 3 with 2.5 seconds to go in regulation as Watersbury's battling against each other.
Yeah, tough shot again, tough attempt by Flagg. Not a great outside shooter. Makeable once in a while, but not off the dribble with a hand in your face. Now this guy can shoot it from deep.
Into a 3. Tremont, Waters, and he's going to run out. Reed wants an alley-oop. He won't get it. Instead, Waters a little strong on the three. Reed, wild shot off the backboard, but his hustle will free up Waters for another three that he buries. Must have really appreciated it. Back-to-back games.
So our guy Starks has 13 points.
Yeah.
He's answered the bell on the offensive end. Now, can either one of the tiny mighty mites guard each other?
How about that pull-up, too? We've seen.
Can't miss him. Tough shot.
They are killing them on the offensive glass. The offensive rebounds one-sided. Waters all the way to the rack with a finger roll. Wendell Mitchell scoreless coming off that 22-point game against Kansas State. Starks has been very good. 4 of 6. 13 points.
Wow.
Starks right up on him with 7 on the shot clock. Runner, wild shot, and Waters is going to get it. He'll fire with 0 on the shot.
To get in a shooting contest with Waters. That's not the game that he should play.
Waters, yes!
The A&M way this year has been solid defense, get rebounds, see if you can get a bucket easily on the offensive end.
That'll
experience as they come.
And we asked Gonzo about the matchup. He said, I don't worry about Jordan Geist against anybody. I'll go to war with Jordan Geist against any team out there as Waters transfer. That's great action right there. I love it. That's the look they want to get Ronnie Suggs. He comes into this game 1 for 13 from the field. He's a better shooter than that. He's just trying to get some confidence. Waters on a teardrop off the window and in.
Well, it depends who's jumping. Like me or you? That's like 0.
Waters on a 3, and finally Tremont Waters. All 1.9 square miles of it. 1 for 2. The lead is 6.
Still a 2-possession game.
Waters.
got it.
Shot that one with confidence, and LSU almost dared him to take that shot. You talked to me about Georgia and their start. I was curious to see how LSU maybe handles success, getting ranked this week earlier.
Step back for Waters in rhythm. Harris on the other end. Can.
Mays did the right thing defensively. He anticipated the Euro step.
And Waters a chance for 3. Shot clock winding down again inside. No real estate for Jordan Harris. Here comes LSU. Tigers have not led yet tonight. Waters will try to tie us up, and he does.
Moving. Tom Crean was preaching that at shoot-around today. We need more movement, more cutters.
Here's Waters. Spins it in. Nicely done. He's got 6. The lead is back to 14. And Waters. A chance for 3. Ignas Sargunas checking in for the first time for the Dogs. Waters will test him out defensively, and he'll win that battle. It takes a little bit of time.
I said, you want to push the fast forward button? He kind of chuckled. He said, oh, yeah.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. Waters a step back. You know that's going in.
Oh, my goodness. 2-2 matchup, kind of jamming the paint, trying to limit Waters and his ability to get feet in the paint.
3 to play. A little stop, little go, and Waters with another op. To get back into it, Claxton with a 15 has played a big part of that.
Now there's your press break. Get the ball to 3. Get out of his way.
And Waters looks like Steve Nash. That's what he does. He's got 25.
Felipe Hasse, he is guarding the inbounder. That is a first-team All-SEC selection in Silva, who leaves in the opening minutes.
That's the story of Chris Silva's career.
South Carolina is better when he's on the court, but it has been so challenging to keep him on the court consistently with this foul problem.
Oh, by the way, Trey Waters can hit threes.
Defense by South Carolina got away with one there.
Great vision, the steal, he's checking. Oh, hits it. But it's a goaltend. That ball of 9 from the free throw line.
You talk about a team losing the game at the free throw line. Alabama could have had the upset of the day at Tennessee. They could not make a free throw in the second half.
Watch it now. And he could do that too. What a day.
Oh, like a veteran team.
He will take it away from you all night.
Step back three.
He's bumped, no whistle. Days keeps it alive. Back to Tremont Waters, catch and shoot three. Boy, was in rhythm. His first 3 tonight. Waters working on Schuler. They're going to count the basket and a foul.
Again, this home court advantage has not been one because Ole Miss has not been able to get the rhythm going and those big plays to get the fans and the ovation loud to where LSU has a tough time thinking. In the entire country is what you just said, the free throws and then in the half court shot selection. And they have not been able to get either of those to go their way.
Waters, step back, jumper, got it. Double S. Smart off the back of the rim, tapped around. Mays saves it. Waters, stutter step to the basket. Waters off to Reed. Now it's Smart. Mays will hand it to Waters. Pull up 3. Got it!
Just a little bit careless with the ball.
He does that better than most of the country. Swipes it away and goes, coach. The El Dorado, Arkansas native is, his name's going to be called in the first round this June.
And no question, he decided to come back and improve his game. And, you know, he's still raw as well. I mean, as good and talented as he has not been playing basketball for very long. So when you look at him as being one of the veterans on this team, and he's only in year 2, that shows just how young this Razorback team is.
They are very young. Plenty of freshmen and sophomore on the roster. Larity, and on the other end, the response for Mason Jones, coming off a 31-point night on Wednesday. Step back game for Richardson, also in the College Basketball Hall of Fame. He and Eddie Sutton are 2 Arkansas coaches in that Hall of Fame, and Moncrief became the first player.
Quite the honor, such a tradition here at Arkansas, which continues to grow with great players, tournament appearances under Mike Anderson.
You know, it's funny, they called you Memphis's favorite son back in the day, right?
Hey.
Quite a bit. Isaiah Joe, his first field goal attempt. Waters, that's...
To me, they've got to double down. Do something. There comes the
Taylor.
double team. That's
Taylor
the first time
swiped it
we've
away.
seen a double team come.
That's a goaltend. Count the to that. Tremont Waters back the other way.
You see both teams relying heavily on high ball screens for their dynamic playmakers. Feet ready in his last miss. Talking about feet ready. His feet were ready. Good look, just didn't go. Dribble penetration is hurting LSU. And Tremont Waters, with his ability to create off the dribble, is hurt. The defense by LSU built a wall. That's a tough shot. Tough little runner. Credit LSU's D.
Off the
national title contender. They may be the hungriest team. They play with such an edge. It's incredible.
Waters crossover, buries it. Riley Norris, good start.
breakdown by LSU. You cannot let him catch and shoot. Greg Heyer, who's old Will Wade's staff, had the scout for Bama today. He mentioned it multiple times. Make one dribble, LSU breakdown. Riley Norris made him pay.
Well, we've seen Tremont take that shot before, but he's working on Petty in traffic. Off the wind.
Possession. You got to finish it with a defensive rebound.
Waters.
The kind that drive you crazy. And look what it leads.
Erdl guarded by Waters. Erdl beats Waters, and then Waters catches up and strips it out of his hands.
Quick hands by Waters.
Absolutely. Mercurial. Mays to Waters, steps back, takes the spurt, courtesy of Smith. Has a 14-11 lead. Waters with his 5th steal.
Defense, and he winds up switching on Tremont Waters. You might want to look to switch back in a hurry. You're not going to have the wheels to keep up with Waters.
He shoots over Erdl. Paladins were out of sync with that offensive possession.
I think Brown tried to throw it up there. He was losing his balance, maybe trying to get a call.
There was still plenty of time on the shot clock.
He was falling out of bounds. He tried to take a shot and maybe get a call for a foul.
Waters pulls back and scores. 12 points a game. Hunter drills the 3. That's his first 3-pointer.
He shoots it at 38% clip, 4 of 7 in his last game from deep.
LSU by 2. Mays is cut off, gets it over to Waters, a long 3, got it.
Well behind the pace of play that they like.
Lyons with a nice move for the bucket, 5 for him. You know, this Furman team, Victor, has already defeated 2 of the Final 4 teams from a year ago. Waters faking left, fades and fires, and got it.
Because he plays so many guards on the floor at one time, he said, hey, if I've got that many guards, we shouldn't be turning the ball over.
Bigby Williams with another rebound.
They're sitting on 13 already.
Waters,
a senior, and Matt Rafferty got it up and under.
Rafferty is still 10 points below his season's average of 17. 8.5 to play, 57-48 LSU. Waters sneaks inside and scores with the left hand. But they come and they play with grit.
Who did we mention at the top of the broadcast about not only does he give you offensive effort, but on defense? Skylar Mays slipping in and stealing that pass.
Waters slipping.
One, they're picked to win the conference.
Waters with yet another steal, and he lays it in.
In recent weeks, to be honest with you, in particular on the on-ball defense, they have been really poor, giving up too much space. They've done a nice job staying true to their scouting report and trying to defend St. Mary's at the point of attack. When the on-ball screen comes, they are standing there. They're not allowing that dribbler to get downhill on athleticism.
And they're long. Waters with the left. Waters little.
That time setting the screen. So again, it's a 9-point game. You don't get the goaltending call. Now it's back out to 13.
Waters again.
Okay, I can do it. I can make a shot here tonight. And then all of a sudden you make the 3-pointer from the outside and we've got ourselves a game. The biggest key down the stretch is going to be forcing LSU to shoot out over the top. They are scored 32 of their 57 points in the paint. You've got to close off the paint.
Now, all 7 of his points here in the last 5 minutes.
I'm taking the percentages and I'm sagging defensively. I'm going to clog up. I want to overhelp. Last thing I want to do is allow something going towards the basket.
And you're okay with having Reed catch the ball out there.
No question.
5 on the shot clock. Waters. Well, they played the
officiating crew. As soon as that foul's called, you got to know who's going to the line and identify.
Waters, interception.
the finish against Fick.
That foul is Brady's first. Let's stay in the game. Waters a three. Got it. Been very quiet tonight. He has not scored yet. And Brooks is stripped by Waters. Waters on the break. Hit by Davis. He finished hitting. Hit the deck hard. No foul. Houston leads by 3. Waters goes at Robinson and rolls.
Alabama sensation now in the NBA. Naz Reid, he's got that kind of range for a big man. Kicks it out. Waters on a 3. Got it.
Held on for the SEC title. It felt like they kind of didn't play their best ball at the end of the year. And they got a little bit of chip on their shoulder. They want to make a deep run. They want to repeat as conference champs and make a deep run in the NCAA tournament.
Slick for LSU. There's a steal by Waters. He does it better than anybody in the SEC.
On the other side from Days.
Great job of getting over that screen, taking one more dribble, just waiting, allowing Days to come open on the roll as Oklahoma State did not handle the ball screen well. Weathers ran right into it.
Tremont, he drops in 2 more. 16 for Indy Waters. What was the coach looking for in the first 3-4 weeks of the season?
Yeah, these games are fact-finding missions as a coach. I mean, you're going to these tournaments to play like-type opponents on a neutral court, to find out your team's warts, to find out what you need to work on moving forward so that after finals, when it's just you and your team, when school is out, you've got your team for about 3 weeks prior to the start.
0-2 to start for FSU. The run through Waters, but they have 2 or 3 guys that can really handle the ball. Mays is like a point guard. He can handle that ball for him.
Yeah, these guys are actually all
key in this game. He goes to the bench now. 2 early fouls. So Naz Reid joined by Cavell Bigby Williams up front. There's Waters getting into that area he loves. Inside, good layup. Vermont Waters splits it. Oh, what a shot by
Skylar Mays, just holding his own, forcing the turnover. Saw Earl Brandt, the head coach of the Cougars. A historic year last year, got back to the NCAA tournament. First time since '99, scarcely on the hardwood. He was behind the three-point line of the NBA on that shot. Reid top shelf for another rebound. Here's Waters full throttle. Waters all the way. So
there's not much, with all due respect, there's not much else going on there, but produced a good basketball player at least.
I've exhausted all my fun facts
on Raleigh, Florida.
Second time in the last 30 years that Louisiana Tech and LSU have met in basketball. Javonte Smart, Skylar Mays, Emmett Williams, Tremont Waters, and Cavell Bigby Williams. The opening quintet for LSU. No Naz Reid tonight in the starting lineup.
Tigers going to see if Bigby Williams can keep going what he had going against Memphis, where he was 7 for.
Jean over Mays, off the iron, Smart rebounds.
His team is shooting.
Another layup. That's the fourth two-footer that he has not converted.
And two-footer might be the longest of the four that he's taken. I mean, he's been right there at the rim. Way down when he got his hands on the ball and came up short on that dunk. A half second later for him to launch, and he puts that thing home.
It's getting louder in the Maravich Center.
Distract him, knocks it out of bounds. That's just lazy.
15 Louisiana Tech turnovers.
But they didn't have a cover like Harris, where he can just jack it from anywhere.
Goaltending, and
he's hard as hell. I mean, that's as blunt as you can put it to your team, and Memphis has not disappointed in that regard.
Waters taking it through the Memphis defense and got the reverse.
AU ball with Emmett Williams for LSU. Memphis picks him up after the penny higher. I mean, there's talent all over this court, and that can be the tricky part too, is when there's so much talent, it's an adjustment for them to realize, wait a minute, I'm a role player now.
Right.
I'm supposed to be getting the ball at the end, or if things go wrong, don't worry, I'll take the game over instead of working through it as a team. Oh, he's so good.